Drop like flies. To become sick or die in large numbers and very quickly, especially due to the spread of disease or infection. To experience a sudden and significant decrease or loss, often referring to a group of people or organisms. The harsh winter weather caused power outages, and trees dropped like flies under the weight of ice and snow. During the outbreak, patients were dropping like flies in the overcrowded hospital. The heat wave caused crops to wither and drop like flies, devastating farmers' livelihoods. After the layoffs were announced, employees started leaving the company, dropping like flies. Without access to clean water, villagers fell ill and dropped like flies from preventable diseases. Fit as a fiddle. In excellent health, physically fit and strong. In good condition, functioning well and without problems. The athlete underwent rigorous training to ensure he was fit as a fiddle for the upcoming competition. She's been following a strict diet and exercise regimen, and now she feels fit as a fiddle. After weeks of rest and rehabilitation, her injured knee was fit as a fiddle and ready for action. Despite his age, he's as fit as a fiddle and can still run marathons. The car may be old, but it's still fit as a fiddle and runs smoothly. The apple of someone's eye. Someone who is cherished or loved above all others. A person who is the focus of someone's affection or attention. Something or someone that is regarded with great fondness or affection, often considered precious or irreplaceable. The teacher's pet was the apple of her eye, and she went out of her way to provide extra support and encouragement. The old family photo album was the apple of her eye, filled with cherished memories of happier times. The beloved pet was the apple of the family's eye, bringing joy and companionship to their lives. Her youngest son is the apple of her eye, and she dotes on him endlessly. The historic building was the apple of the community's eye, and efforts were made to preserve it for future generations. Born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. Born into a wealthy or privileged family, accustomed to a life of luxury and privilege from birth. Privileged or fortunate from the start, having advantages or opportunities handed to one from a young age. He may have been born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but he worked hard to prove himself and build his own successful career. Growing up in a mansion with servants, she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth and never knew the struggles of ordinary people. With access to the best schools and resources, the child was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and had every opportunity for success. As the daughter of a successful businessman, she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth and had a privileged upbringing. As the heir to the family fortune, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and never had to work a day in his life. In the pink. To be in good health, to feel well and vibrant, to be at the peak of physical condition or vitality. Regular exercise and a balanced diet can help you stay in the pink and ward off illness. The doctor confirmed that the patient was in the pink of health after a successful recovery. Despite her age, she's still in the pink and leads an active lifestyle. After months of training, the athlete was in the pink and ready to compete in the championship. The newborn baby was in the pink, much to the relief and joy of her parents. Down in the dumps. Feeling sad, depressed, or discouraged, experiencing low spirits or morale, in a state of despondency or despair, feeling hopeless or defeated. Failing the exam left him feeling down in the dumps, but he's determined to study harder and try again. When her beloved pet passed away, she was down in the dumps and mourned his loss for weeks. The rainy weather always puts me down in the dumps and makes me feel gloomy. Ever since he lost his job, he's been down in the dumps and doesn't know what to do. After the breakup, she was down in the dumps and found it hard to enjoy anything. Back to the grindstone. To return to work or resume one's usual routine, especially after a period of rest or relaxation. To focus on tasks or responsibilities with diligence and determination, often after a break or distraction. The holidays are over, and it's back to the grindstone for students as they prepare for exams. After the vacation, it's time to get back to the grindstone and catch up on work. After recovering from surgery, he was eager to get back to the grindstone and resume his daily exercise routine. Despite the setback, she was determined to get back to the grindstone and continue pursuing her goals. With the deadline approaching, she knew it was time to get back to the grindstone and finish the project. Take one's medicine. To accept or endure the consequences of one's actions, especially when they are unpleasant or difficult. To follow a prescribed course of treatment, especially by taking medication as directed. After indulging in rich foods over the holidays, she vowed to take her medicine and return to a healthier diet. The coach benched the player for breaking team rules, forcing him to take his medicine and learn from his mistake. The patient reluctantly took his medicine, knowing it was necessary for his recovery. Despite the bitter taste, she faithfully took her medicine as prescribed by her doctor. After making a mistake, he knew he had to take his medicine and face the consequences. A bitter pill to swallow. Something unpleasant or difficult to accept. A harsh or painful truth that is hard to bear. A necessary but unpleasant experience or decision that one must endure or accept. Failing the exam was a bitter pill to swallow, but it motivated him to study harder and improve his grades. The diagnosis of a chronic illness was a bitter pill to swallow, but she remained hopeful for treatment. Admitting defeat was a bitter pill to swallow, but she knew it was the right thing to do in the long run. The doctor delivered the diagnosis gently, but it was still a bitter pill to swallow for the patient and their family. The company's decision to downsize was a bitter pill to swallow for employees who lost their jobs. Put someone out to pasture. To retire someone, especially from a job or position, often because they are no longer effective or useful. To dismiss or remove someone from a situation, usually due to age or obsolescence. After decades of service, the CEO was put out to pasture and retired with a generous pension. The outdated medical practices were put out to pasture in favor of more modern and effective treatments. The veteran teacher was put out to pasture after years of dedicated service to the school. The old computer systems were put out to pasture and replaced with newer, more efficient models. The aging athlete was put out to pasture when he could no longer keep up with the younger players. A bitter taste in one's mouth. A feeling of disappointment, resentment, or dissatisfaction, often resulting from an unpleasant experience or outcome. A lingering sense of injustice or wrongdoing that leaves a negative impression. The candidate's dishonesty during the campaign left a bitter taste in voters' mouths, affecting their trust and support. Losing the championship game left a bitter taste in their mouths, but they vowed to come back stronger next season. The unfair treatment by the management left a bitter taste in her mouth, and she considered leaving the company. The dispute over the inheritance left a bitter taste in the family's mouths, causing rifts that lasted for years. The failed business venture left a bitter taste in his mouth, but he learned valuable lessons from the experience. A pill pusher. A healthcare professional, especially a doctor or pharmacist, who excessively prescribes or dispenses medication, often without considering alternative treatments. A person or entity that promotes or encourages the use of medication as the primary solution to health issues, sometimes inappropriately. Some patients worry that their doctor is a pill pusher, always quick to prescribe medication instead of exploring other options. The clinic was known for its pill pusher mentality, with doctors handing out prescriptions for every ailment, whether necessary or not. Concerned about overmedication, she sought a second opinion from a doctor who was not known to be a pill pusher. The investigative journalist exposed the practices of a notorious pill pusher doctor, leading to disciplinary action by medical authorities. The pharmaceutical company was accused of being a pill pusher, aggressively marketing its products to healthcare providers. A shot in the arm, a boost or stimulus, often providing renewed energy, motivation, or enthusiasm. A medical injection, typically administered in the upper arm, especially to provide immunity against a disease or infection. The new marketing campaign was just what the company needed, a shot in the arm to revitalize sales. The successful project launch was a shot in the arm for the team, boosting morale and confidence. The charity event was a shot in the arm for the organization, raising much-needed funds and awareness. The flu shot provided a much-needed shot in the arm for vulnerable populations, protecting them from illness during flu season. The government's economic stimulus package was intended to provide a shot in the arm for struggling businesses and individuals. A bitter pill. A difficult or unpleasant truth or situation that is hard to accept. Something that is disappointing or difficult to swallow, both literally and metaphorically. The rejection letter from her dream college was a bitter pill to swallow, but she remained determined to pursue her education. The company's decision to lay off employees was a bitter pill for the staff to swallow, especially during the holiday season. Admitting her mistake was a bitter pill, but she knew it was necessary to make amends. Losing the championship was a bitter pill for the team to swallow, especially after their hard work all season. His former friend's betrayal was a bitter pill to swallow, leaving him feeling hurt and betrayed. Nip in the bud. To stop or prevent something from developing into a larger or more serious issue by addressing it at an early stage. To take action to eliminate a problem before it has a chance to grow or worsen. Recognizing the signs of burnout, she took a proactive approach to nip it in the bud by prioritizing self-care and seeking support. The manager addressed the issue of low productivity in the team meetings to nip it in the bud before it affected overall performance. The teacher noticed the disruptive behavior and immediately took steps to nip it in the bud before it disrupted the entire class. Concerned about a potential conflict, the mediator intervened early to nip it in the bud and prevent escalation. As soon as rumors started spreading, the company decided to nip the gossip in the bud by addressing it directly with employees. Cut one's losses. To accept a small loss or setback to avoid a larger or more significant loss in the future. To withdraw from a failing or unproductive situation to minimize further damage or waste. The homeowner decided to cut his losses and sell the property at a loss rather than continuing to invest in costly repairs. Recognizing the declining market, the entrepreneur chose to cut her losses and close the failing business rather than accrue more debt. Unable to salvage the project, the team chose to cut their losses and move on to more promising ventures. After investing in the failing company, he decided to cut his losses and sell his shares before the stock value plummeted further. Realizing the relationship was toxic, she made the difficult decision to cut her losses and end things before they got worse. Under the weather. feeling unwell or in poor health, experiencing symptoms of illness or discomfort, slightly indisposed or not fully functional, often due to minor illness or fatigue. He didn't want to miss the party, but he felt under the weather and decided to stay home. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I think I'll stay home and rest. Despite being under the weather, she managed to finish the project on time. Even though he was feeling under the weather, he went to work because he had important meetings scheduled. The rainy weather always makes her feel under the weather, but she tries to stay productive. Down for the count. Temporarily incapacitated or unable to continue due to illness, injury, or exhaustion. Defeated or overcome by a particular challenge or setback. Unable to recover or continue. The team's star player injured his ankle and was down for the count, unable to participate in the championship game. Despite her best efforts, she was down for the count after working long hours without rest. After catching the flu, she was down for the count and spent a week in bed recovering. The boxer was knocked out in the final round and was down for the count, unable to continue the fight. The company faced a series of setbacks and was down for the count, struggling to recover from financial losses. Out of sorts, feeling unwell, irritable, or not quite oneself, experiencing a sense of physical or emotional discomfort, disorganized or not functioning efficiently, lacking one's usual energy or focus. The sudden change in routine left her feeling out of sorts and disoriented. After a sleepless night, he felt out of sorts and struggled to concentrate at work. He seemed out of sorts at the family gathering, unusually quiet and withdrawn. She's been out of sorts ever since she caught that cold last week. The project deadline was looming, and the team was out of sorts, scrambling to meet the client's expectations. Aches and pains, general discomfort or soreness in various parts of the body, typically caused by illness, injury, or exertion. Minor physical complaints or discomforts, often associated with aging or overexertion. As she grew older, she began to experience more aches and pains in her joints. As winter approached, she felt the familiar aches and pains of arthritis in her knees. The athlete pushed through the aches and pains of training, determined to improve her performance. The flu left him with aches and pains all over his body, making it difficult to move. After a day of heavy lifting, he woke up with aches and pains in his back and shoulders. Feel like death warmed over. To feel extremely ill, weak, or exhausted, as if one is near death or barely surviving. To have a pale, gaunt, or unwell appearance, resembling someone who has experienced a severe illness or ordeal. After the surgery, he looked like death warmed over, pale and weak from the anesthesia. He stumbled into work after a sleepless night, looking like death warmed over and unable to focus on his tasks. Despite the makeup and smile, she felt like death warmed over after the breakup, struggling to maintain her composure. The flu had her feeling like death warmed over, with chills, fever, and aching muscles. After the all-nighter, he felt like death warmed over and could barely keep his eyes open. Cutting-edge technology. The most advanced or innovative technology available, especially in the field of medicine or healthcare. State-of-the-art equipment or techniques that represent the forefront of scientific or technological progress. The new medical device incorporates cutting-edge technology to monitor patients' vital signs remotely. Researchers are constantly working to develop cutting-edge technology to diagnose and treat diseases more effectively. The pharmaceutical company is known for its commitment to developing cutting-edge technology to improve drug delivery and patient outcomes. The hospital invested in cutting-edge technology for its surgical department, allowing for more precise and minimally invasive procedures. The university's research lab is at the forefront of cutting-edge technology, exploring new treatments for neurological disorders. Breakthrough in medical science. A significant discovery or development that advances the understanding or treatment of diseases, conditions, or medical procedures. A major innovation or achievement in the field of medical science, often leading to improvements in patient care or outcomes. The medical community celebrated the breakthrough in medical science that allowed for the successful transplantation of organs from non-human donors. The clinical trial results represented a significant breakthrough in medical science, offering hope to patients with rare genetic disorders. The Nobel Prize was awarded to the scientists for their groundbreaking breakthrough in medical science, revolutionizing the treatment of infectious diseases. The research team announced a breakthrough in medical science with the discovery of a new cancer treatment. The development of the vaccine marked a major breakthrough in medical science, leading to the eradication of a deadly virus. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's better to prevent a problem from occurring than to deal with it after it has happened, especially in matters related to health. Taking proactive measures to maintain health and prevent illness is more effective and efficient than treating diseases after they occur. The company offers wellness programs to employees, recognizing that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure when it comes to reducing healthcare costs. She believes that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, so she focuses on maintaining a healthy lifestyle. The doctor emphasized the importance of regular exercise and a balanced diet, stating that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. The government invests in public health initiatives, understanding that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure in terms of improving overall population health. The public health campaign promotes vaccination as an effective strategy for disease prevention, following the principle that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. In the pipeline. Currently being developed or planned. In the process of being researched, tested, or prepared for future use. Referring to projects, treatments, or innovations that are in progress and expected to become available in the near future. The pharmaceutical company announced that a new vaccine candidate is in the pipeline for clinical trials. Several new drugs are in the pipeline for treating rare genetic disorders. Researchers are excited about the potential of the experimental treatment that is in the pipeline for Alzheimer's disease. The medical device company has several promising products in the pipeline, including a new diagnostic tool for early disease detection. Despite setbacks, the development of the new cancer therapy remains in the pipeline, with promising results from preclinical studies. On the cutting edge, at the forefront of innovation or advancement, especially in medical science or technology, engaged in or utilizing the latest techniques, methods, or discoveries in a particular field. The university's biomedical engineering program is on the cutting edge of healthcare innovation, developing groundbreaking solutions for complex medical challenges. The hospital's research center is on the cutting edge of medical science, pioneering new treatments for rare diseases. The surgeon is known for being on the cutting edge of surgical techniques, constantly seeking out the latest advancements to improve patient outcomes. The medical device manufacturer prides itself on being on the cutting edge of technology, constantly innovating to improve patient care. The pharmaceutical company invests heavily in research and development to stay on the cutting edge of drug discovery and development. In the loop. Having access to the latest information or updates, especially regarding developments, changes, or decisions within a particular field or organization. Included or involved in discussions, plans, or activities, allowing one to stay informed and up to date. The CEO makes an effort to keep employees in the loop about company developments through regular communication and updates. Being in the loop allows policymakers to make informed decisions based on the latest data and information available. As a member of the medical research team, she's always in the loop regarding new discoveries and breakthroughs. The project manager keeps the team in the loop by providing regular updates on the project's progress and any changes to the timeline. The physician ensures that patients are kept in the loop regarding their treatment plans and any changes to their care. At the forefront, leading or at the forefront of a particular field, discipline, or industry, ahead of others in terms of innovation, progress, or influence. Engaged in or focused on cutting-edge research, development, or practices that drive advancements in a specific area. The university's medical school is at the forefront of cancer research, pioneering new treatments and therapies. The scientist's groundbreaking discoveries have positioned her at the forefront of her field, earning her international recognition. As a leading expert in his field, he is constantly at the forefront of new developments and trends, shaping the future of medical science. The nonprofit organization is at the forefront of public health initiatives, working to improve access to healthcare in underserved communities. The startup company is at the forefront of healthcare technology, developing innovative solutions to address pressing medical challenges. State-of-the-art. Incorporating the latest and most advanced technology, techniques, or design features available at a given time, characterized by being modern, cutting-edge, or of the highest quality and standards within a particular field or industry. The hospital's new facility is equipped with state-of-the-art medical equipment and technology. The university's state-of-the-art simulation center provides students with hands-on training using the latest medical technology. The laboratory is equipped with state-of-the-art instrumentation for conducting research and analysis. The architect designed a state-of-the-art healthcare facility that meets the highest standards for patient care and comfort. The company's state-of-the-art manufacturing facility allows for efficient production and high-quality products. Ahead of the curve, in advance of or superior to prevailing trends, standards, or expectations, especially in terms of innovation, knowledge, or performance. Having a competitive advantage or being better prepared than others for future developments or changes. The research team's groundbreaking findings put them ahead of the curve in understanding the disease's mechanisms. The city's investment in sustainable infrastructure puts it ahead of the curve in addressing environmental challenges and promoting resilience. By investing in emerging technologies, the organization stays ahead of the curve in adapting to industry changes and disruptions. The entrepreneur's visionary leadership has kept the company ahead of the curve in anticipating market trends and consumer preferences. The company's forward-thinking approach to product development keeps them ahead of the curve in meeting customer needs. You can find playlists for various languages in the video description. To practice the vocabulary, you are encouraged to explore our various apps. Links to these are also included in the description. If you found something new or interesting, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section and provide your valuable feedback. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more educational content.